Good morning, everyone. I'm Mariah. Thanks for watching. Good morning. It's quiet and my hand is bothering me this morning. It's like 7 a.m. and I wanted to just film a little quiet, easy greenhouse update. Last week, Friday, is when I put the cabinet together and put all the plants in. So they've been in there for exactly 8 days, just about, give or take a few hours. But I was staring at it yesterday with the biggest smile on my face because I'm just amazed at how much growth I'm seeing already. It's insane. Every single one of my plants in there is growing. Some of these plants are mine. Some of these aren't even for the business. They're about to be if they keep growing like this, but I've had them for months and they have not moved. They haven't changed. They haven't done anything. They haven't declined, but they haven't excelled. Now they're excelling and it's just insane. Multiple new leaves on multiple of my plants. My plants. Not even the business plants, my plants. It's insane. So that just makes me even more excited to get my curio cabinet greenhouse all set up. But this is not doing me any favors right now. So I'm just going to enjoy this for a while. And I wanted to show you guys what's been going on literally over the past week because I've seen so much progress. So I'm just going to take them out one at a time and then, talk about them here because I already know the lighting is bad, so I don't want to make it worse by continuously moving my phone. So we're just going to see how this goes. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys coming back if you did. I appreciate you being here if you're new. Let's get to the greenhouse update. The exactly 8-day update. I might end up turning it off halfway through, but if you hear that like little noise, it's the diffuser. I am currently at 77.7 degrees and 85% humidity. But the second I take the zipper down, it's all going to be gone. So I might have told a wee bit of a lie. Not all of my plants are growing. This one has not grown anything new yet, but to be fair, I've only had it for a week. I haven't bought myself a plant in a long time. All the plants that I've bought within the past few months have just been for the business. So I treated myself to an Alocasia silver dragon, and I don't regret it one single bit. I only bought it because I had this set up already, and I knew I was just going to throw it right in there. But this hasn't grown anything yet, but it still is cute. I like the undersides because they're like red. The red veining on them is so cool. I don't know, man. I don't have any Alocasia. One other one. And you'll see it in a second, but I love this. Very cool. These are the very, very, very recently repotted Cebu blue cuttings that I have. They've been in the cabinet maybe 3 days. Hardly. And they're already growing. Do you see that little growth point in there? Can you see it? Maybe you can see this one better. Do you see that? That right there is new growth. Let's try this one more time. Let's try it from this side. I hate these stickers. But yeah, so these Cebu blue have been in there for less than a week, and I'm already seeing new growth on both of them. That is nuts. One of the plants that I bought for the business, if you watched my other video, was a Monstera Standiliana. And I ended up cutting up the mother plant, and then when I repotted it, I split them into 2 different pots, 2 different plants, and I've had them outside of the cabinet. I've had those plants for probably 2 months now, and they haven't done anything. I put them in the greenhouse for a week, and they're both sprouting new growth. So we have this little nub down here. This dark brown piece is the original stem from where I make all the cuttings. This bright green piece coming out from the soil is new growth immediately next to it. So that's exciting. And then same thing with this one. This little bright green nub popping out of the soil over here is about to be a cute little new leaf. So I am very excited about that. So there's these. Both of these are growing now. That's fun. So this is one of my plants that needs a repot, but I think I'm going to wait for these two newest leaves to pop out before I do that, and then put it on a better moss pole and all that. But this is my Monstera Peru. She hasn't lost a leaf, and she hasn't grown a new leaf since I've had her. I've had her probably since January or February. Put her in the cabinet for less than a week. Now it's accelerating. We have a new leaf popping out up here. And then right down here, we also have another new leaf popping out. Right out the bottom. So that's going to be a whole new separate stalk plant situation. And then the aerial roots on all of my plants have just completely changed. They look so healthy now. They're not brown and dead looking and dried out. This is going to be good. But this is one of the plants that I'm thinking about chopping. But I'm not ready yet. This is just a single leaf cutting that I split off from my big silver sword. And it already had roots attached to it, so I just put it in its own little separate pot. I've had this like 3 weeks, probably. And put it in the greenhouse, again, put it in the greenhouse cabinet for a week. And now it's coming out with a new little leaf, a new little growth point. I hope you can see this stuff. This is where I cut the plant off. The node and the roots are obviously under the soil, and then right off of it is where the new growth is coming out. It's interesting to see these start from almost nothing and then so quickly bounce back. Okay, quick update on the Hoya Serpens. Those really cute, really fuzzy, really little baby leaves that I was so excited about when I did this repot that I zoomed in on, have died because it's probably just adjusting to being in soil. The two newest leaves on the bottom look good and healthy. Those were new. And the runners still look okay, and I'm sure the runners are going to be okay, considering the humidity in the cabinet, but the little leaves died off, so it's probably just going to take a little bit to adjust to being in soil. But it'll be okay. This is one of the plants I spend most of my time looking at, for sure, is my little tiny Philodendron Varicosum. That is popping out a tiny, tiny little baby leaf. It's already getting some dark maroon on the bottom of this leaf, so I'm very excited to see it start to develop. And then a very good sign in my eyes is that it's already, this leaf hasn't even unfurled yet, and it's already starting to pop out a new one. Can you see that, like right on my cheek? That little nub right there. And it's really like widening out since I put it on the stick. Like all the leaves just kind of seem to be doing its own thing. I don't know if that's because it's not getting enough light or if it's because it's maturing more and like gonna, start getting bigger and better. But I guess we'll see. I have such a morning voice right now. Oh my God. So I still don't know how to pronounce the name of this plant. I don't think I will ever know how to pronounce the name of this plant. I'm gonna call it a Philodendron Brandon for the rest of my life, and that is fine by me. But regardless, this is my Philodendron Brandon. But this is my mother plant. And I've had this one for a while as well outside of a greenhouse, and it hasn't done a single thing. 1 week later, on both stems here, we have one. That little pink nub right there is also new growth. So we have 2 new growth points coming out on this. So we're gonna have 2 beautiful little Brandy Adams sticking out pretty soon. And I haven't seen it grow one single bit since I got it. So I'm really excited. I have no idea what the name of this plant is. It's a pretty common one. I know it's an Alocasia, but that's pretty much it. Mine is not doing the best, but it definitely looks a lot better since it's been in the cabinet. My mom, unfortunately, she recently accidentally knocked it off the table with a laundry basket and knocked off a second huge leaf that it had. It knocked half the soil out of it too, so I had to repot it, put it in here. I added a little rock to it. That was irrelevant, but I don't know what the name of it is. But this is her, and she looks a lot better and happier now that she's in the cabinet. Cheers. This is one of my silver swords. This is the one that I purchased intentionally to sell. I went to a greenhouse and purposefully found the biggest one with the most growth points, with the most nodes for the best price. And this is the one that I found. And it's growing, Who's surprised at this point? It's growing in the greenhouse. Anyway, all the aerial roots look so good and healthy now. And I have my own silver sword that's out in the hallway on a moss pole, and the aerial roots do not look like this. Like, these aerial roots are white. The ones on my one outside are brown. And it's on a moss pole that I try to keep moist. I try to keep it moist. But this has definitely 5, maybe 6 new little nubbins coming out on different parts of the plant. Like this lime green piece down here, that's new growth. There's a new leaf up here popping out. There's little nubs all on the insides of these. You're not going to be able to see them, but there's a lot going on this one. So that's the silver sword. This is my mother plant, Hoya Matilde. She loves the cabinet. This I've had outside of a cabinet for a long time, and it hasn't done anything. It hasn't declined, but hasn't grown at all. Now, all these new leaves are popping out all over the place. These runners are getting a million times longer. There's a bunch of stuff going on this grow. And I'm obsessed with this pot for it. Is that not perfect? Very cute. But she does kind of just do her own thing and take up a lot of room, but I'm fine with it. This one is nuts. I bought this along with my Monstera Peru. This has been growing. It was in a north-facing window in my bedroom. Now it's in a south-facing window in the greenhouse. So now it's growing a lot more. But this was growing before. I have to give credit where credit is due. It's not like this wasn't growing. I mean, since I've had it, it's probably popped out 4 new leaves. But now this is one of the plants that I'm definitely thinking about propagating because look at this. Look at these roots. Look at these roots. Are you kidding me? These are nuts. I might just wait for this leaf to pop out, and then I'm gonna node by node and just go, honestly, I'm thinking about right back up to the top of the pot. Because there's still a pretty full pot up here. This is all good. I love it from this side. Look at how pretty that is. Again, I'm such a sucker for the silver blue foliage. The dark green, the blue, the silver tones. This is one of the newest leaves. And then it's already popping out another one up here. And then we obviously have this guy down here. So I'm probably just going to wait for this to open up and then I'll cut it. I'll make a video out of that. Throw it in some water because these roots, I mean, this is effortless. This is effortless free plants right here. The tray of Albos. These love the cabinet. Oh my goodness, they love it. We'll start with the smallest one. This is its newest leaf. It's 99% white. But that's fine. It's popping out a new one. This is another one. This is its newest leaf. And this is the one that it's about to pop out. They all have new leaves on them. This one I'm going to have to cut up again pretty soon. This is nuts. It's popping out a new leaf right now. It's halfway there. This was its newest leaf prior. This leaf was rolled up into a ball, basically, when I got the plant. The entire big mother plant, this was a leaf that was about to pop out on it. I cut up the plant, separated it into these 4, made the cuttings, whatever. I kept the plant in the window for however long, and the leaf never opened up. It started to pop out this leaf, and this leaf was still stuck closed. I was misting it every day with fertilizer water, trying to get it to open up, and it wasn't doing anything. Overnight, the first night in the cabinet, this leaf opens up. Could not believe it. I mean, it's not perfect because this plant, it must have just gone into shock or something, and then this leaf never wanted to open up. So it is a little damaged. But this leaf looks amazing. And then look at this one. And then this is the one I would consider the official mother plant. This is like the main base of the plant. This is the pot that has the most roots in it. And this is the one that has by far done the least for me since I got it. Now it has 2 new growth points. This tall spike coming out the top is completely brand new. And then this little baby spike down at the bottom is also completely brand new. Since putting it in the cabinet, I could sit here for an hour and see progress. Like, I feel like they're growing that fast. It's insane. I feel like I could see the progress before my eyes. It's crazy. I'm amazed. I have 2 of these, and I know a lot of people really like them and have a ton of success with these plants, but I have never had success with these plants. I had one of them completely die on me, so then I bought a new one, and then somehow I just ended up with another, so now I have two. And I have one outside of the cabinet that hasn't done a single thing. I have one inside the cabinet that has popped out not one, not two, but 3 new leaves since I put it in the cabinet. And now I like it. I never cared about this plant before because it just never did anything for me. I understand why people like it because it's a very cool looking plant, but I never understood how people could just so easily get it to grow. Mine was just not happy. Now it's happy. The key is the humidity. And now I genuinely just feel terrible for all of my other plants because these guys are living a luxury life. Like I said, I'm rocking like 85% humidity in this thing all the time. I need to set up another humidity gauge in my actual house to see what the humidity is just generally. And I have an extra one, so I'll do that so I can start monitoring it. But it's gotta be the humidity. So this was my Pilea peperomoides. I love these tiny little terracotta pots. Side note, you want to know what I found at the thrift store the other day? Terracotta pots are one of my favorite. It's just like the most simple yet characteristic thing that you can put your plants in. I mean, every single one of them is different. I found this entire stack of terracotta pots at the thrift store for like $8. And even just pulling out the first 2, yeah, they're the same size and everything, but look at the color difference. And all the salt is different. You know, look at these 2. The aging on them is completely natural. Apparently people say that putting your plants in terracotta isn't the best for your plants because of the salt, but my plants seem to do fine in terracotta and I like them. So, and buying ones at the thrift store that already have this cool patina to them is a million times better, in my opinion, than buying a brand new one unscathed. Completely new terracotta pots are ugly, in my opinion. Perfect example. Brand new terracotta pot. But I've had this for months and months and months and months and months, and I've never wanted to put a plant in it. Mainly because of the drainage hole, but also this I just bought at the thrift store, and I think this is way cooler looking than this. But that is just my opinion. But ugly. Not ugly. That's my opinion. Anyway, we're going to see how this does. We are just going to wait and see how this little guy does. I don't know what I did wrong to this plant because I've had this plant for a very, very, very long time, and it has done nothing but do well. And then at one point I tried putting it on a moss pole and growing it up the pole because it was huge. It was big. It had multiple vines on it. I trailed it up the thing and it just died. It just started to crisp up and die, and this is what we're left with. One good looking leaf. So this is a little rehab situation, and it's going to stay in the greenhouse until I'm confident enough that it can survive outside of the greenhouse. It was originally in my north-facing window, so I know it will grow there, but it needs some TLC right now. So we're just going to wait on it for a little while. But I honestly think that this is the last one. Yeah, I'm already at 45 minutes. So I do not think I'm going to do a prop box update, because that'll probably take another 45 minutes. And then honestly, I feel like at this point with the prop box, the second I open it is going to be the second I feel like I need to start potting up plants. So I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to leave it closed, let them do their thing, and then when I have the nursery pots and, you know, when I'm sitting down and I have the time and I'm ready to pot up plants, that's when I'll do that. That's also why I waited on the water propagations, is because I just want to do all of that, check all of them at the same time, pot up the ones that needed to be potted up, and then do with the rest of them what I need to, all at the same time. A lot of my water propagations have a ton of roots on them already, and they're ready to be potted up, but I'm still just going to wait a little bit longer because I have no nursery. But that'll be a whole separate video. So we'll do the prop box at a later date. But for now, that was just the plants that I have in pots growing in my greenhouse cabinet and their 1 week update. I am flabbergasted with the growth. Let me know if you're flabbergasted with the growth, because like I said a million times at this point, it has only been 8 days. Thanks for sitting down and just kind of having a little relaxing morning with me. I don't know what time it is that you're watching this video, but at this point, it's 8 a.m. on a Saturday for me. So thanks for sitting down and watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope the lighting and the audio wasn't too terrible. I'm working on it. I think about this stuff every day. I really like making videos. I really like filming, and I really hope you like watching me do this kind of stuff. If you liked the video, please like. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, please subscribe. I would appreciate it a lot. Leave a comment if you want. Hit me up on Instagram if you want, Revamp Replant. All my information is Revamp Replant. My name's Mariah. I appreciate you for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you as always. I will see you in the next one. Have a lovely day. Happy Saturday, or whatever day it is that you're watching this. And that's it from me. Bye.